this is Charles from Charlie's Awesome World of Adventures. In the last three videos, we took a look at the Captain America films to get ready for Captain America Brave New World. And honestly, it's an interesting ride. Like, you start off really mad with the first film, then you get a really great second film, and then you have a really good third film that was very close to being perfect. It's an interesting case for sure, but definitely a fun one. However, before we take a look at Brave New World, we have to look at something that owes to Steve. But after the Captain passes the mantle on to a new Captain America in the Disney Plus series, and the second project in both Phase 4 and the Multiverse Saga, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Yeah. Now, when Phase 4 started, I didn't really watch most of the MCU shows. It's not because I didn't want to. It's just I didn't really have enough time, and I still was relatively new to the entire MCU. Like at that point, I only watched like a couple of films. So I wanted to get myself more familiar with the MCU first before I went and straight into all of these into these series. But the Falcon and the Winter Soldier isn't my first series I've watched from the MCU. I have watched a couple with Miss Marvel, for which turned out to be a really good show, and I've only watched the first half of She-Hulk, which I consider to be overhated. I just never had enough time to watch the second half. But I do think at the moment the hate isn't justified on that show. I'll have to rewatch the entire show at length and to get a better look at it. So this is my first time coming into to the Falcon and the Soldier, and how was it? Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is so much missed potential. Like, what happened? Like, I don't want to say this series is bad. I mean, it's not. But it's very close to being bad. At least with Captain America, the First Avenger, as missed it was. I did have a lot of good things about it. I mean, there are a few good things about this show, but for the most part, it's not that great. Like, not at all. Like, also my biggest problem, the story feels so boring, and it goes so slow. I'll admit, it definitely does feel like something that's meant to be more of a series than an actual film. Unlike some of the other MCU shows, it is noticeable that the effort was put to make 8 6-hour-long episodes instead of something that could easily be jammed into a 2 or 2.5-hour movie. But that being said, there's a lot that drags. Like, the episodes don't need to be as long as they are. It takes a long time for things to get going. When the series feels like it's at snail pace, and it feels like it gets slower with every episode. I'll admit some of the middle episodes, like the third and fourth, aren't too bad, and these do start to pick up the pace. In fact, the fourth episode, this is the only episode in the series that I consider to be pretty good. But as the series does fall really flat. On top of that, I didn't really feel like there was much company acting. Of course, the ones that have been in the MCU before, or like the main actors that have done it before, they knew their job and did it well. But some of the new actors, I feel like they were filming it in. Like, they feel like they didn't have to put much effort into this. It's because this isn't an MCU film, it's an MCU show. So they feel like they need to weaken their performance. Of course, the main Falcon and Winter Soldier did deliver good performances, but everyone else did feel pretty weak in the acting department. Also, what happens in these episodes isn't that interesting, at all. Like, there might be a few good action scenes in each episode. Oh, but there feels like nothing really happens. And don't get me wrong, when the action scenes do come, they are a highlight of the show, and I'll get into that a little later. But it just feels like they drag on a lot longer, like I said before. This is especially the case with the finale. I feel like I know especially how this finale could have easily gone on it has the big final battle till death. Then Sam gives his huge speech, which I will say is actually really well done. And I'm the strongest points about the entire show, which I'll get to later. And then it could have ended there. No, it has to drag on a lot more. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I get what you're saying, but you can stop now. There's not much more to add. Yeah, the last episode was really bad because of how much it dragged out. So yeah, you might think I hate this show. No, because, oh my gosh, remember I said this show had a lot of missed potential? There are so many things in this show that I could have seen make it a fantastic show. This is especially the case with the characters. I see a lot of potential in these guys. I will say, some of these the characters are handled really well. This is especially the case with the Falcon and Winter Soldier themselves, Sam and Bucky. Honestly, on that, together, but I don't think the two show too much together, as it felt like more a Falcon show than the Winter Soldier. And you know how many people called Knuckles show, oh look, Wade and sometimes Knuckles? Because there are lots of points in this series which I call this the Falcon and sometimes the Winter Soldier. I mean, the two don't really get together until the beginning of the second episode. Yeah, they don't interact at all in the first episode. That's all. But the two characters are interesting on their own. I like how Sam is trying to look after his family and the financial problems that have coming after the blip. Bucky is still dealing with all the trauma that's going through his head. And like I said before, Bucky is easily one of the MCU's best written characters. And when it focuses a lot on him, I really felt a lot for his drama, especially with how much the Shield meant to him, and I definitely understand and why he was so angry at Sam, and when he gave it up, which it ended up landing in the hands of John Walker. And man, this character started off so great in the first few episodes. For the most of the season, he's one of those love to hate types of characters. He's one of those that's noticeable, not the right choice, always to be the new Captain America. And Jack, you can't help but love him, especially when he goes to shocking milestones. I mean, in the end of episode 4 is especially why that episode is my favorite. I mean, we've never seen the Shield used like that before, or like to literally murder someone. It's something unique, and interesting that did wake me up. But after that episode, they want to try and redeem him. I'm sorry. After the actions of the 4th episode, I feel like they could have easily continued him to be a villain. But no, they have to redeem him. Otherwise, he won't be able to appear in Thunderbolts movie. Coming in May. But then there's the main villain in the series, Carly. And honestly, I get what they're trying to do with her, and I say it almost works. There is a good commentary about life after the blip, and how the world is struggling to get back to normal. Well, it is something that did kind of interest me. The blip was a huge event, and that kind of ruined the world out of the MCU. I love the way the film. I love the way the series delves into it. It showed the consequences of each episode, and how characters were affected by it for better or worse. And this especially shows with Carly, where I definitely got her motives. And I thought she was a really great villain for the series. And I would have minded if they tried to redeem her, but no, they have to kill her off at the end. Like, yeah. Look, I would have been fine if it was John Walker, that kid. I would have been fine if it was John Walker that killed Carly off, but no, they have to have this plain girl Sarah do it. That was easily my least favourite character in the series, by the way. Anyways, let's go back to some other positives. Like that speech. I said that the sixth episode is easily the weakest, but man, the speech Sam gives after the battle, I kind of got where he was coming from. Like, he knows he's going to be judged for being a coloured man, and holding the iconic Captain America shield. Like, he knows there will be controversy around him, which is why he's hesitant to become the new Captain America. I honestly love that. I really like where they're coming from, and I feel like the series should focus more on that. But it barely does. But seriously, that speech, it kind of moved me. And I will say that was a really well done speech. But other than that, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier isn't great. Like, there are a few things to stop this from being bad, but for the second show of the MCU, I expected a bit more, especially when it has a really weak story. Like, there are some great things about it. I mean, the action scenes are very well done, and are easily the highlights of the series. At least that's for sure. But everything else is just so bland that it offers a really weird show. Like, I recommend watching this at least once, but I wouldn't be surprised if you chose to skip this one, because not much really happens. Steve technically does give the shield to Sam at the end of the game, and if you missed this one, I don't think much of change. Angel, as long as you know that Sam is now officially leading New Captain America. Not a bad series. But the Falcon, the Winter Soldier, is easily just some of the MCU's most missed potential, for sure. And that's why I'm easily giving this a 5 out of 10. And now I'm more prepared for Captain America: Brave New World, which I'm very excited to see. I know critical reception has been very mixed, where it's mostly been fine, but definitely not as great as some of the other MCU films. But I like to judge films on my own opinion. And so I'm hoping that I will most likely have a great time with the film. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!